Welcome to another great edition of Younger Life Live. Woo! Come on, I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony.
And today we have the one and only, the talented, this is going to be fun, Corey Padlow. How are you? Woo!
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're
Well,
doing good.
you know what? We are doing absolutely wonderful. I'm excited about today. I think this is going to be a really fun time.
I think so too. You know, we've talked about it a couple different times, so I'm excited to try it and learn it. And I like normal yoga, so I'm interested to hear the difference of chair yoga and try it out. So and it's so nice out today. Just kind of gets you in the mood to work out. You know, I wore comfy clothes.
It's primary day in Northwest Indiana, so it's crazy. I voted early. I'm an Illinois guy, so I voted when we had our primaries. Did you vote today?
I voted this morning. What about you?
Corey?
I'm voting as soon as I leave here.
Yeah, good
job. For us, at least, it was very, very quick. There were very, very few people there, so it was in and out, and that was nice. So
awesome.
Speaking about staying younger, no matter if you're 18 or the wisest of years, you have a chance to voice your opinion, whether it's the primaries in your listening or viewing audience area, which of course we are up on youtube.com right now, youngerlife.org/live. Of course, on the radio affiliate, AM 1420 WIMS. But I am most excited about her drink today. What is going on with that? Hold that drink up to the cam there.
Walking the
Hold
walk,
it straight up. Look at this. Sanders, our executive producer, said, "What is it?"
Yes.
Well, at least today it's prettier than it normally looks because it's got a nice color. It's berries, mixed berries.
Okay.
A kale spinach mix. It has cayenne pepper.
Okay.
Ginger, Greek yogurt, and unsweetened almond milk. So it's a little bundle of joy.
Yeah, I mean, super good for you.
Right.
I was surprised about the cayenne pepper. Is there a reason?
Well, when I went to Jamaica, I went to, actually when I went there, I got engaged in Jamaica.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah.
Holy cow, can we do a radio show from there and a TV show?
I know, but I was so happy about this juice bar that I had no idea a proposal was coming. So it's just kind of funny. But they gave me a shot of cayenne pepper, ginger, and pineapple, and it was supposed to be like an energizing morning drink. And so I took that little secret home with me, and I love it. I put it in my drinks all the time. It gives it a lot of flavor, especially if you're using like unsweet yogurt, unsweetened almond milk.
You're kidding me. I never
even
even knew.
hot?
Not at all.
You know,
Wait, so how does
cayenne
this
pepper,
work?
there's supposed to be a lot of benefits to pepper.
Yes.
Holy cow.
For your heart and cayenne pepper specifically that
I
I'd
did not
never
know
heard
this.
of it. And so to me it seems so it seems
bizarre.
like opposite thoughts that you wouldn't want to put it with fruit. That's why I seem sure. I could see if it was straight up veggie.
Right. So I want to know because
strange.
people are gonna bother us. What is that little recipe you just said?
What is it?
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to repeat it? It's
Yes.
mixed berries. It's kale and spinach.
Okay.
It's cayenne pepper, ginger, unsweetened almond milk, and unsweetened Greek yogurt.
We have to
Which
try
is
this.
pretty much what you already do, except splash of almond milk. And the cayenne pepper. I'm curious about the ginger too. Is that just a taste preference, or is there actually health benefits?
Ginger is very good for you, but it tastes very, very good. I love me some ginger, but
Really?
it does have a lot of good health benefits as well.
There's your new T-shirt. I love me some ginger.
I know, I do.
I like this.
And I'm talking about the root.
No,
Not the red
Now Rick's saying, "Come on, don't you
Come
be
on.
redhead? Listen."
Woo! That's right. Well, it's kind of orange sometimes, that weird color. So we've got that going on. I also want to recap because Friday we have confirmed, before we jump into this chair yoga Friday this week, we have confirmed.
We do have confirmed that we are going
Yes.
to air the piece from the library mobile unit that we did last week. It was so much fun. I love the library. I think that I said this too to them. I feel like everybody's used to the library being part of our community, so it occasionally gets taken for granted by my own family too. We kind of, whatever, the library. But then when you learn about the things that they always have going on, it's always new and it's always exciting. It's always surprising that you think, wow, why do we not do this all the time? Because the library is free. It's almost always
Did you say free?
Free.
Free.
Yeah. So, whatever. That was a lot of fun, and that's going to air on Friday. So
And then tomorrow we're talking
foot health, especially all of us ladies that like heels.
Well, why is there a problem with the ladies that like heels?
Well,
Explain.
we're talking to a podiatrist tomorrow from Chicago. She's a Chicago podiatrist, and there's been a lot of studies on foot injuries with women in heels. Now, obviously, she treats all kinds of feet and feet issues.
Yes.
But specifically heels, because we wear them all the time. I'm 5'2", so I always like a little bit of a heel on everything. I mean, so I'm excited to talk to her to find out, are all heels bad? And, I'm just going to throw out a number that I really was trying to save for tomorrow because it's crazy to think of. But in a 10-year span that a study was done, 123,000 women went to the ER with heel-related injuries.
No,
it's crazy.
For real?
I mean, high heel-related injuries.
Right.
I don't mean the heel of your foot.
No,
high heel-related
I'm with
injuries.
ya.
123,000 over a 10-year span, and it's all related to their high heels. So, and I know our own Mary Gelati, this is a topic close to her heart because she loves her heels. So
yep, she sure does.
We've discussed this, and so it'll be a really exciting show.
Picture my home with my daughters that are 18, 22,
right.
my wife, how many shoes they are, especially my daughter Carly, she's a shoe fanatic.
Oh, is she? Oh, that's
and it's
fun.
it's crazy. So I could see that. So that's going to be obviously tomorrow.
That's tomorrow,
Good.
and Thursday is Ask the Pharmacist. So
I'm
that's
really stoked
gonna be
about
great.
that,
I
yeah.
know everybody loves that, and that's always a good show.
And then Monday,
if you do have any questions, let us know.
Monday's the
Jackie, and Dwayne. Yep, they'll be joining us for our bi-weekly check-in and kind of see what's going on with them, and they can check in with us. And I'm kind of thinking we might surprise them with a little game. We'll see.
Okay.
So
sounds
it'll be
really,
fun.
really good. Well, you know what? As people roll in, of course, this morning with Younger Life, there's so many things going on. I really want to talk about just yoga in general is really cool for a lot of us. But I want to chat a little bit with Corey because there is a difference, correct, to yoga, chair yoga, and just in general, the science of, correct?
That's right. That's right. So, Corey, you want to start with telling us I'm curious what the difference is between chair yoga versus traditional yoga.
Yes, chair yoga is really very similar to regular yoga. It's just a prop for people who can't stand or do the actual poses in a traditional yoga class. So it's just for modified yoga. So it's very similar to the same poses that we do in class. It's just modified for those who can't actually stand and do it. So it's really kind of unique in a way that we do still focus a lot on the breath work, which is extremely important, the breathing, but also the poses itself. In a traditional studio, there's lots of props that are used for people who can't do the poses. They can't touch the ground all the way. A lot of people can't bend and touch their toes.
Right.
So the chair gives that extra support so that you can either hold on to the bottom or the top half of the chair. So it's really kind of cool. Even for me personally, I've done the same yoga poses for about 8 or 9 years. And the amazing thing about yoga is that you don't ever stop feeling it. You just learn the pose deeper. You learn to tighten your core more, tighten your legs more. So even in a chair yoga class, I still feel it. Like I literally was getting hot last week doing the poses.
I think that's awesome. I think that's a great point too, when you say you never really completely conquer it, because it is weight bearing, it is balanced, so it is going to increase just the more you're able to hold your own weight longer, or tighten that core more, breathe deeper to get that stretch. I think that's always going to be more challenging. I read once that yoga is really an exercise that can stay with you your entire life, because you're never going to outgrow it. It's just going to intensify the more you do it. So
how much
that's very true.
From a guy standpoint, because I know there's a lot of men that listen to this show and there's a lot of women that listen to this show. Is yoga, and I'm going to ask this question because I just, we've heard that yoga is more for ladies, but yoga, do a lot of men do yoga, and is yoga for men? Yeah,
I mean, at the studio, I get quite a bit of men in my classes. Yoga is great for men, especially if they run. Because it's a great stretch. It does yoga, running tightens, yoga expands. So it's a really good, for somebody who runs to get that extra, stretching back.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's great for bodybuilding because you put so much tension and stress and grunting.
So would it be after you work out?
Yes. Well, you could do it before or after. It just is a really good benefit to people who are bodybuilding to get that stretch, the flexibility. It's really good for your mind and balance. So, I mean, if you're really thinking of bodybuilding and you want to really focus on picking up this heavy thing, which I don't even know why people do it, but they love it. You know, it gets your mind and your body focused to do what you need to do. So if you think of it on that aspect, the breathing part is great for any exercise, whether you're running, cycling, bodybuilding. It's just a really good alternative it complements pretty much any exercise that you do because it strengthens flexibility, balance. The breath work really calms the nervous system down. So it's really kind of great for many things.
And, you know, I think when you bring up the point about men being a masculine type sport, I think traditionally, you know, weren't yogas men? I mean, you know, in martial arts and stuff, weren't they first trained to be men? That's yoga, right? So, I mean, I think probably more men were the first practice.
Well, and if you look too at ballet and the football players, you know, the tough, burly football players, they will swear by, and that at least, you know, for many, many decades that I've heard it drilled in your head. Hey, if these football players, these burly dudes can be doing, you know, the ballet part of it, and that's supposed to be unbelievable too for your, you know, your whole body, your body workout.
Your balance. I mean, your coordination, I think, is so important. And when you bring up, Corey, the flexibility with yoga, I'm not the most flexible when it comes to, you know, it's the tendon under my knees, on the underside of my knees. I've always struggled with that. I'm not that flexible there. It's harder for me to do some of those poses, but I do think it's important to do. You really feel that stretch in so many different yoga poses, and I think the more you do them, the better it is, and that's so much better for your heart. We hear, you know, that deep breathing and those strengthened muscles, you know, just engaging all those different sets. I think it's exciting.
Well, and they do say that yoga is good for every body. So every body type, every person, there's modifications for everything. So even if you have tightness right under your legs, if you're trying to touch your toes and you can't, which most people really truly can't, we have straps that modify so that you can really get the same sensation as you would if you could grab your toes. So it's really kind of cool.
Wow, wait. So if you can't, like, I know for a fact I cannot grab my toes. So if I'm down and I'm in the position, so you said that there's straps. Explain that, because the average viewer or listener may be like, explain that. What is that?
If you're sitting flat on the ground with your legs extended forward and you want to reach your hands to the sky and extend for your toes and you cannot, there's a strap that you put in the center of your feet to really give you that feeling.
Is it like a resistance band kind of thing?
Not resistance at all. It's just a strap to help you.
Really?
Yes.
Just to anchor yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's really kind of cool. So you get the same feeling. You know, also when you lean forward and extend, you know, depending on your flexibility, in time, your belly will hit your thighs. But most people who do yoga, your belly's not going to hit your thighs. So you can always put like a bolster or a pillow there. So you get the sensation and you push your belly towards your thighs. So you eliminate any curving or rounding in your back.
That's a great point.
Arch. So it's really cool. Like, you know, because I teach a hot yoga class where it's really fast. I teach a chair yoga class where it's really modified. And then the beginner class is super cool because you have people that come in on all levels. And that's where you really get to use a lot of the props to get people into the same position as everyone else. So it's really cool.
Now, I know that a hot yoga class doesn't mean you're good looking, but
it does. It means you're hot. Just saying.
But you're gonna leave feeling hot regardless. But that's awesome.
When you're saying hot, when you mean like you were saying, bing, 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 that kind of yoga where you're
is it like cardio
position?
It's 90 degrees, so that's what we say hot.
Hot
the room
is
is
temperature. Oh, I'm glad you explained that.
And then it's a vinyasa flow, which just means you go from breath to breath and you move from pose to pose. So you move a bit quicker. Now, I always tell my beginner students it's really kind of cool because in a beginner class, you hold the poses, we work on alignment. So you work really hard in a beginner class, although you're not whipping around and sweating in hot yoga. So sometimes for me personally, because I do so much hot yoga, I feel more in the beginner class because I'm really holding and focusing on the breath instead of whipping through. So it's really kind of cool because when you practice, any class really truly can benefit you.
How often do you do classes? I'm curious.
And
where, I mean, you know, if people are interested.
I personally practice probably in a studio 2 to 3 times a week, and then I do it at home the other days. And then I teach on Well, now we're doing the chair yoga series today at Life Care Center, Michigan City. On Wednesday nights, I teach in Hobart through the city, a beginner class, and then on Saturdays I teach in Chesterton at the Yoga Mecca, a hot yoga class and a beginner class.
This
How
is
neat.
awesome. You're all over our listening audience here. That is phenomenal. I would love to scope out the beginner class.
Absolutely. I would love to actually come to one
Yes.
and do it. I think that would be awesome.
I think that would be a great Younger Life segment.
Absolutely. I mean, it ties right in with this.
Seriously,
you know?
because
Yeah.
now what am I wearing? Because like obviously today I've got on a polo and a gym workout jacket, and I've got pants on. Am I wearing shorts? Am I wearing?
Well, you could wear whatever you're comfortable in, but just
Really?
know that you're going to be moving and bending a lot. I would say a lot of the males who come to class wear shorts,
Okay.
like basketball shorts.
Yeah.
probably,
Okay.
because they're
Yeah.
longer. Just be mindful that you'll be with your legs down, so you don't want
You'll
shorts
be-
that are like
yeah.
slipping all the way up.
You'll
'cause
be
we
in
might see your
awkward
underwear.
poses. Yeah, you'll be in awkward poses. I mean, I think that makes sense.
I think from a standpoint, I'm not being a silly boy here. When you're bending and you're doing different positions, you're obviously contorting and putting your body into a very unique pose. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And depending on your flexibility, you begin to go deeper and deeper. I just wanted to say too, when with regards to men doing yoga, typically men have a lot more upper body strength than women do. So a lot of the really cool like handstands, headstands, stuff that are very challenging for me personally to do, a lot of the men like just nail it. So it's really
that's
kind of
neat.
cool on that aspect, you know, because they have
Yeah.
that strength.
Now, the Younger Life hotline is 219-861-1632. Younger Life Live, 219-861-1632. If you have questions or you want to bond with us, you're on with Younger Life. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. It's Jenny Heath. How are you?
Hi.
How's it going?
Hi. So I have a question for you because you're talking about yoga and how beneficial it can be for just about everyone. I have a daughter who is 18 that I'm looking to get her a little more active than what she is now. And I'm looking for some great ideas for after she graduates from high school so that she's got some things to look forward to, you know, just over the summer and different times. However, she's had a full spinal fusion done as a corrective surgery for scoliosis. So how would that be someone who could fit in there? I mean, she has little to no flexion in her back at all.
What I always say when people come to the studio with, you know, various things that they've had occur in their life, that we always say just to be very mindful when you're doing the poses, because of course I'm not a physician, but definitely come to class. And if she feels any pain or anything that doesn't feel good, to not do a pose. So that's really what I always instruct, because there are people who come in with various different health illnesses, and yoga is so beneficial to the spine specifically. I would definitely check with her physician, but come to a class and modify when needed. If something doesn't feel good, definitely don't push yourself to do it. Really focus on the breath work. Sometimes when you breathe into a pose, you'll breathe into an area of tightness and then you feel it alleviate the tightness, or you breathe into a pose and it's just an area that you're not going to go deeper in. So really I like to, I would definitely encourage her to come. And where I teach at in Chesterton, they have a great deal for students. It's $20 unlimited for the month, as long as you're under 25. So it's really kind of cool.
Oh, wow. That would be fantastic. And then for students with special needs, I know yoga can be very beneficial as well, just for the sensory input, I would imagine, correct?
Yes, yes, it definitely for just like concentration, because it's really good for the mind and focusing and, you know, just feeling a part of a community. Yoga is very much a community. So, you know, when you go to the same studio for a long time, you really become friends with your sister and brother yogis.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Awesome
Thank
questions.
You so
Thank
much.
you so much. 219-861-1632. And that's what I love about Younger Life. This is great. You know, if you have questions that you want to, you know, ask, and I'm going to say I'm a total beginner on yoga, but this is what I love about the show, Corey, is that we learn, we try, we, you know, kind of jump into things that, let's be honest here, normally some of us, especially from a guy perspective, you wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, it's definitely different, and we're always trying new things.
Oh, yeah.
Ways. And I'm curious to know the perception. Do people come in, especially say a chair yoga, because this is, you know, it's a modified class. Do people come in with the assumption of, oh, this is not gonna be a real workout?
Well, see, the chair yoga I've been doing at the senior center.
Okay.
So I do, I've had like a lot of mixed reviews. Some of them are like, oh, I was really sore. So you get the impression that sometimes you are doing a lot and they're feeling a lot. And others are like, this has just been great for my breathing.
Yeah.
There's somebody who comes that has asthma. And the breath work has really helped her. And, her physician has encouraged her to practice the breath. So she really gets excited to come for the breath work portion. Some of them have like injuries that they're working with, like either in their hips or their legs. And so they're really just excited to stretch and breathe into those areas. Because it's a senior population, I don't know that they're really wanting like a killer workout.
Yeah, right.
But yes, I do think people who come to like a beginner yoga class think, I'm really not sure what I'm going to get out of this. I'm just going to lay in here and breathe and meditate kind of thing. And I walk around and see them sweating in class. And I'm like, well, I have to give you just a little bit.
And that's perfect.
Yes.
I think that's fantastic to point out. And, I think it's also important to point out, I think it's amazing that you go to the senior centers, but even someone that's stuck in an office all day, they may not have the a work environment where they're able to get up and go for a walk or, something to kind of fit in a little bit of physical fitness. So I think this would be a great alternative. I mean,
sure.
I'm assuming you could pull just a few of these poses and say, you know what, I'm going to sit here and for 10 minutes, I'm going to stretch. And I mean, how amazing is that for your circulation when you consider the, the longer you sit still in one place, you're at greater risk for all kinds of health issues.
Similar question came on not so much the younger side of life, the young 18-year-old that we just had from our caller, Jenny, but it was for a grandparent that is in their 80s that doesn't necessarily use a wheelchair, but uses a walker and that whole vibe. And I love your input about, bonding with your doctor first, which we are all about here.
We always say it.
And we always say what?
We're not doctors.
Thank you. But this to me is phenomenal because I did not realize it until you were just saying that, Corey, about, and I could imagine that when you're breathing in and you could feel the tension and then explain what that next move is. So then all of a sudden you feel it go past the tension and you feel it ease up.
Yes.
That's a cool kind of visual for me.
Yeah, like when you breathe into an area of tension, you want to know if it's an area of tension or compression. So when you get to an area of compression, you've reached your limit. Like you can breathe into that area, but your body's not going to move. That's where your body structure is. So you just breathe right there, like you found your edge. So if you breathe into an area of tension and tightness and you begin to like let go and you feel your body go a little deeper, well, that's your edge. So it's knowing where your edge is and finding that tension, that tightness, breathing into it and seeing if it allows you to move deeper or if that's just where you need to be and accept where you need to be.
I would love to be in that position where something was tense on me. I'm just using me as an example because I literally, when you said that, I'm like, oh my gosh, there have been so many times where whether it's the stress of life, whether it's just a crazy day, I lift constant equipment for the DJ radio side of my life. I'm constantly, systems, you're putting systems in place where you kind of lift something up the wrong way and that I pushed it.
Going to feel that tomorrow kind of thing.
But then being able to utilize the yoga side and saying, okay, there's where it is. And then all of a sudden, woo!
Stretch through that a little.
Is that kind of like the euphoric? You get that in your mind?
Yes, it's really cool.
That's
and it's
awesome.
I'm a very adjusty yoga instructor, so I do move people a lot. I always say if you don't want to be adjusted, please, raise your hand. I'll respect your space. Same with like the caller that called in, people who have injuries that may not need to be adjusted or can't go deeper. But I always try and help people get in the pose to the best that they can. But it's interesting because we lie on the ground in corpse pose, which is called Shavasana, usually in the beginning or the end of class or both. And you're setting your mind, setting your intention, focusing on your breath so that you can use that throughout the practice. And sometimes I go around and I grab people's legs and I relax their feet to the side. And you'd be surprised that just lying on the ground, how tense people's feet are. Because you're sitting here telling people to relax and they're calm and get with your breath. And you touch their feet and they're like... And all I do is push on them, and they go, relax.
Yeah.
It's just.
Wait, so their feet are straight up in the air. Explain. So your feet are straight
all the way on the ground.
You're laying. Your feet would be like this. She's saying she relaxes. Yes. And let go of that tension and let your legs fall.
Yeah, because people's feet will just
you do like this. Yeah, and you're like stiff.
And you're laying.
So wait, but you just said
act like
you just kind of did
pose with rigor mortis.
Yeah,
you're like stiff as a board.
Thank you. I visualize that.
Now
the guy
you
started.
picture that.
Thank you. You notice how they got to do it for the men here that are like, but so you're saying though, if you're relaxing your feet, you literally will have folks that'll say, wow, from the standpoint, because you're saying that they're truly cracking. Is it
I'm sure they say, wow. They always tell me I give great adjustments. I personally just feel the tension go to relaxation by me personally touching them.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really kind of cool because you're like instructing them to lay there and relax and get with your breath, and they're like she said, very tense, so they're not relaxed.
They're too focused on,
because it's very exposed to be laying there with your eyes closed, just on the ground. Like you're completely exposed and vulnerable to whatever with your eyes closed to this instructor that's walking around telling you what to do.
Right. I think
so
that's
it's really
great.
kind of interesting.
Someone just said, can I please have where she's doing classes again? I just joined you about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do the chair yoga. It'll be at Life Care Center, Michigan City, every Tuesday in May, besides the last Tuesday. I teach in Hobart at the old Hobart Middle School. It's actually through the Marina Reiner Senior Center on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. And then I teach at the Yoga Mecca in Chesterton on Saturdays. 10 a.m. hot yoga and 11:30 beginner yoga.
Can we get phone numbers or an email address if someone wants to contact you, like a work?
That's great.
How they can get a hold of you, just in case.
Yes, my email is coreypa21@yahoo.com.
I'm loving this.
And because I'm all over the place, the email's probably the best.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I think that's fantastic. I think that's a good point. And
I'm so glad that you guys explained what hot is too. Because, the hot yoga, I would have never thought. I mean, it's obvious now you've explained what hot yoga is, but could you imagine doing something at 90 degrees? You're like, that's insane.
Well, let me tell you. The hot yoga is very intense because it moves quick and you feel the heat, but it really makes every pose feel better because when your body is warm, which you warm your body with the breath, but if you're not very good at warming the body with the breath and the breath work, you're not there yet. The heat warms you up, it loosens your body, so the poses feel better than if you go into a cold room.
And that makes sense.
I think that's fantastic.
Totally makes sense.
But you have to be careful because if you're really tight, sometimes the heat allows you to go just a bit more than you need to because you feel so loose. So you have to really always just be very mindful.
Okay. That's awesome information here on
Do
YoungerLife.
people have to pre-register for these classes?
No.
So they can just email you and say, hey, I'm coming, and then so they pay through the studios that they go to.
Yes, at Life Care, obviously, it's just going to be
just residents there, or is it?
No, free to the community.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah, and it's only going to be
That's
the month of May, unfortunately, but it's 3 o'clock at Life Care. That one's free. The Wednesday night one is $5 always.
Okay.
And then the Yoga Mecca in Chesterton, like I said, if you're under 25, it's $20 unlimited. If you're over 25, it's $30 unlimited.
But still, that's a great price.
That's a great price.
Oh my gosh! Even if you go like 4 or 5 times in the month, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Sure, and the first class is free there too, so you can even come check it out before you commit.
That's even better.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
I will go commit. I will commit with you to go at least try it.
What day is a basic one?
It's
or the beginner?
Saturdays.
Beginner is
at
Saturdays,
11:30.
Okay, I could do something like that.
I know if you're going to be around.
I'm always doing gigs.
I know. That's your.
But that's okay.
Weekend schedule is always so hectic.
And Wednesday's beginner too at 6 p.m.
Okay. Well,
What time
I think
is
we should.
Wednesdays?
6 p.m.
Oh.
I think
And
we
that
should
one's
work
in
one of
Hobart.
those out.
Oh,
And try
I like
it.
Hobart.
Yeah.
I'm
think
all
we
about
should
You
that.
like
one of those
Hobart.
out.
You're so funny.
Well, I mean,
and see, that one is like,
home of the Brickies.
oh, are you a Ricky?
No.
Okay, I am.
But I know that in our football radio side of life that we've covered Bricky
Uh-huh.
games, and I know it's very cool. A lot of people are intense.
Oh yeah, I'm a
You know?
Ricky, so they're all about their Ricky
See?
background.
Were you impressed that Rick Federici, a non-sports dude, knew about the Brickies?
I am.
See, thank
Yeah,
you.
I thought that was pretty impressive. I'm curious. I always like to know.
Shut up, Rick.
I know. I didn't know that. I didn't know what they were. I always want to know how people got where they are. What got you interested in yoga in general? How long have you been doing it, and kind of what led you to begin teaching it?
Yes. Okay. So I've been doing yoga for about 9 years, and like I said earlier, I started going to yoga at a gym, which is much different than a studio. So sometimes I consider myself more of a studio snob because you get the more of the meditative portion to the yoga, which I like. You know, I'm hyper. Rick's very hyper. Yoga is something that brings me down.
Yeah.
Like in a very good way. It calms me down. Throughout my life, it brings me more balance, flexibility. The breath work is amazing. It almost alleviates my reaction button. So if there's crazy things going on in my life, I really just kind of take a minute, and breathe about it.
Yeah.
And before I overreact. So it really, really brings me to a more calm person.
Yeah.
I mean, life is stressful.
Absolutely.
We don't have control over many things. So sometimes I just need to go to my mat, breathe it out, work it out, and it just helps me handle life better.
I think that's great. Just finding that balance.
It keeps me very balanced.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
And the same poses, like I said, I've been doing Warrior 2 for 9 years. I never do I do Warrior 2 when I don't feel it.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, like connecting with your mind and space.
Yeah.
A lot of the poses, if you close your eyes, it makes it more challenging. So I do just a standing pose a lot in most of my classes, just to like feel your feet, toes spread nice and wide, connected to the mat, closing your eyes, and just notice how you are challenging your balance by just standing with your eyes closed.
Your center of balance, it's amazing to feel that sometimes.
We had 3 back-to-back text messages. One of them was that exact very question, which was, would I be wearing gym shoes? You said comfortable, or would there be yoga where you're wearing no socks and it's just feet?
It's feet only.
Okay.
However, I have yogi toes, which I love, especially
And
for
what's
hot
that?
yoga. They are almost like the hospital socks that you get.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
toes, they have grippers on the bottom, but your toes are out. So you're still able to spread your toes, connect to the mat.
Wow.
You don't so much need those unless you're in a hot yoga and you're really like kind of slipping around on your mat. But that's what I use for hot yoga. Otherwise barefooted, because you get more grounded and connected to the mat. You can't really spread your toes.
That's very cool. I'm digging that. Someone also said, is yoga good for children that are under 10?
Yes.
So in other words, little ones.
Yes, and I
That's a
do
great
always
question.
allow children to come to my classes. So any of them, they're welcome to come. I taught a kids yoga class at another studio I taught at, which was really kind of cool. But I do have pretty consistently an 8-year-old that always comes to my Wednesday night class. Sometimes she comes with her brother, sometimes she doesn't. But yoga for kids is so cool because their spines are so flexy. So like a lot of poses that you or I couldn't do because we haven't been doing yoga out of the womb, kids can do. And so sometimes like when I adjust them and I see how flexy they go, I'm like, okay, everybody has to look at this right now. This is what would happen if you started doing yoga out of the womb. Know, it's really cool.
I think it's good too on the along with the kids on the flip side though of the flexible thing. I think it's important to teach the focus and to teach them to search for that inner balance a little.
Sure.
I think that's incredible for kids. I love that.
Oh my God, it warms my heart. And when they're in their Shavasana corpse pose and I see them with their eyes closed, just so relaxed, and I push on their shoulders, like nothing is cuter to me than that. I mean,
Can I just tell you something? Would you guys please show us some moves?
Yes, that's we're gonna do that.
I'm kind of nervous.
Are you scared?
I am.
So
I'm not. I'm only scared because I'm like just a typical dude.
Well,
So
we're all
doing
typical
chair
people.
yoga.
We'll be okay.
Yeah,
You're
we're
gonna-
giving you
We'll be
modified
fine.
yoga.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm afraid of making external sounds.
Oh God.
You're gonna be the class clown. You're gonna be the class clown.
Don't be scared, Red.
Okay, I'm scared. All right. So how are we gonna do this? So are we gonna try a few moves?
We did bring some regular chairs in because we sit on stools
Okay.
otherwise.
Yes,
so.
we do. And I stand up during all the shows, radio and TV,
Right,
because I love being the guy.
Yeah,
that
that's
stands
you.
up.
That's perfect.
Okay.
But you're gonna have to park your booty for the
All right.
chair yoga.
Oh yes, ma'am. Executive producer extraordinaire,
whatever.
Junior. Thank you, Sanders. Woo!
So we'll come on over here and do that.
Is that
We're ready?
okay? So how are we gonna? So are you going over here by Corey? Now I'm gonna turn all these microphones on so you guys know. So you want me? So we're over here by you.
How about
Now,
you two go here and I'll
okay,
go
Sanders, can you get a shot of that? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Or do we want to fly? Do you want to try this one, dude? Let's play with this cam, real quick. And I don't know if we'll be able to. Let's try it real quick. Let's see if we can. Go ahead and shoot that down there. Will we be able to do that? You think? You know what I could do? Why don't you do it
I
first?
think we're actually standing and not sitting. Is that right?
Well, we could do both, depending
Okay.
on how long you want to do it.
Okay, so.
Do you want me to walk you through like
Yeah.
a normal chair yoga class? 'Cause
Yeah.
we'll start sitting then.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Perfect.
beautiful.
And we'll just turn these around.
We'll do a little bit of both cameras. Okay, good. Thanks for being you. If you want to close it, go right ahead. Okay, go ahead. Okay, okay, I'll do it right now for you. It's a pocket door, so you're up on top. Yeah, good luck. There you go.
She just told you she wears heels because she's
I wear
5'2" and
heels.
you've got her shut in the door.
Sorry.
There we go. So if we're gonna start in seated position. We'll turn these around. And you're going to come over here because she's the teacher. She's going to teach us over there.
Okay, I'm so excited to just kick Rick out of his spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure that we've got this little guy up over here. We've got all the microphones on all the way.
I have to take off my sweater and get serious.
Oh my gosh, she's got a WIMS shirt on.
No, I love
Woo!
you came so ready
All right.
today.
Yeah, so we sold these T-shirts last year for the Alzheimer's Association.
I love that radio
designed them
station.
in-house. So WIMS, and it's got life care on the back. So
Oh,
Yeah, homeward bound.
I know. Okay, so we'll start sitting. So bring your index finger and your thumb to connect on your knees. Now you can keep your palms up if you want energy. Bring them down if you want to feel more grounded. And we're going to start by closing our eyes. I know this is really hard for
Mary, could you turn down the radio in there, please?
Where, in my office?
No, right there in front by you.
Yeah.
And then I know Sanders is going to turn us down over there. Okay, that's perfect. Sanders will get it for you. Okay, good. Let's shut that door. Let's make sure there's no feedback here.
Okay, so start by closing your eyes. And while you're sitting here with your eyes closed,
Are my hands right?
yes, your hands are perfect. You want to be more grounded. She is going with the energy.
Okay.
So really concentrating on your breath.
Okay.
Inhale and take an open mouth exhale and let it all go. And then inhale all the way to the top of your chest. Maybe hold it for a moment. And then exhale, release, and let it go. And as you sit here, we're going to start by focusing on the complete yogic breath. Keeping your eyes closed. Really contract your belly. Breathe all the way up into your chest. And then your belly. Exhale from your belly and your chest. So really going at your own pace, but feeling your belly and chest rise on the inhales, and then deflating and letting go on the exhales. Inhale by contracting your belly, breathing all the way to your chest, and then your belly. Exhaling from your belly, and then your chest. And as you take your inhales and exhales, maybe inhale things that you need more of. And as you exhale, really release those things you no longer need. So maybe inhaling peace, exhaling anxiety, maybe inhaling love, and exhaling hate. Taking in anything that you might need on the inhales. Exhaling those things that we don't need. Releasing those things we can't control. And really being mindful of the differences. Maybe setting an intention for your practice. Maybe to be more compassionate to yourself, or just have more compassion to those around you. And next we're going to practice the Ujjayi breath. So you'll breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, creating an ocean-like sound wave in the back of your throat. And you can practice this breath by envisioning that you're fogging your mirror in your bathroom. So maybe for the next inhale, exhale really deep, like you're fogging the mirror through your mouth. And then inhale very deeply through your nose and fog the mirror through your nostrils. So just let it out. And this is the breath you will use as you move throughout your practice. So when you find areas of tightness, you will take this big, deep Ujjayi breath and notice as you exhale, even sitting here in the chair, if you're feeling tight in the shoulders, tight from sitting tall, as you exhale, really feel the tension release. I love it. Do you love my breath?
It's good. I love it. I feel like this when I get
People that are viewing
relaxed.
are going, I've never seen Federiki this
It's
still.
so quiet.
I love it.
It
I
actually
love
is mellow.
It
You
is.
just broke my mojo.
I'm so,
So,
I feel like
since
this is part of my relax.
Since the mojo is broken, no, really, just open your eyes and gently wiggle your fingers. We'd wiggle our toes if you can feel them. And then just begin to rock your head side to side. So on an exhale, bring your left ear to your left shoulder. holding it, really breathing into the right side of your neck. And I tell people in class all the time, you can do this at the stoplight instead of checking your Facebook notifications. So inhale tall, and then exhale your right ear to your right shoulder. Really taking a breath into the right side of your neck.
And my neck is cracking. Is that normal?
No, that's really good. Your chin to your chest on your next exhale. Just feeling a nice stretch in the back of your neck. And then on an exhale, looking forward. Inhale, and then exhale, look to the ceiling. Stretching out the front of your neck. And then coming back to center. And just extending your arms towards me so you're reaching for me. Bringing your hands up on an inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Stop, no way. Exhale, release. Inhale. And then exhale. And then just begin to rotate your wrist. Letting go of any tension you're holding on in your shoulder. Then rotate in the opposite direction.
You're a good teacher.
Yeah, I thank you.
Actually, it's surprisingly how relaxing it is for real.
And then you inhale your hands to the sky, reaching, releasing tension in your shoulder, just feeling your spine grow and your fingers lengthen. And then on an exhale, release over your knees. Taking 3 deep breaths. Really feeling any tension in your low back, release. And then on an exhale, use your hands to walk yourself back up to seating. So just walk yourself up your legs.
It feels so good on my back.
Then inhale your hands to the sky. And then on an exhale, pull in your right knee. Breathing 3 deep breaths. And trying to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose.
I think that's most difficult for me is the breathing side of it.
It really is. And if it's tough to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, you can release through pursed lips, but just try and keep your mouth closed as much as you can.
I just think having to do it all at once, telling yourself, okay, breathe in, because I'm trying to focus on the other things.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That's why it takes a long time.
It's cool though.
And then exhale, release. Inhale your hands to the sky. Holding all the way to the top of your chest, and then exhale, release, folding over your legs. Taking 3 deep breaths. Really releasing that tension in your low back. And then on an exhale, use your hands to come back up to seated. And then inhale your hands to the sky. Exhale, hugging your left knee in. Breathing 3 deep breaths. Hearing that ocean-like sound wave in the back of your throat. And then exhale, release. Now we'll do a couple standing poses before we sit back down. So you want to face your chair.
I know they, due to the cameras, they asked that if we do this.
I'm not on camera, you guys are?
You're on.
Okay, good. Oh, this is wonderful.
Shake it.
Okay, inhale your hands to the sky. And then on an exhale, hinging from your waist, releasing over the chair. Just grab on the outer edges of that chair for support. Taking 5 deep breaths, really letting your head release between your arms. So this is a modified downward dog pose. So if people can't quite touch the ground, would be an alternative. And on an inhale, look forward at me with a flat spine, really still holding on to the outer edges of that chair. And then move your left foot forward and your right leg back, coming into a lunge. So breathing deep. Are you guys good?
I'm just scooching my chair. Yeah, this feels really good.
Yeah, on my legs, but also before that on the lower back part, right above your buttocks. Like that whole little core. I immediately felt that. Yeah, right. Especially because I lift stuff a lot.
Yeah, really breathing into the stretch. You can feel it in your back straight leg. Yeah. And then on an exhale, step forward. So we're really close to our chair this time, and release into a forward fold. So you're a bit closer than you were before.
Okay.
And you can even bring your hands down if they release to, as far as you can on the sides of your chair. So maybe holding on to the bar.
This is where I feel that.
Yeah, I'm totally right in the back of the legs and on my back, like right, the lower back, right by the butt area, but above it.
Right. This is a really, really good stretch.
Wow.
And then make sure you inhale and bend at your knees, and then walk yourself back up. So you don't get lightheaded from moving too fast up and down.
Oh, that feels good too.
Right? So this is a modified sun salutation. You might start to feel warm. Inhale your hands to the sky. And then exhale, release over that chair, stepping your feet back so you're a deeper stance this time, letting your head hang between your arms, holding onto the sides of your chair or the front for support, just as you want to make sure the chair doesn't move. So you feel a nice stretch in your shoulder. If we were doing this on the mat and you were extremely flexible, your head would eventually touch the ground, which is
No.
crazy. Yep.
Holy cow.
And then inhale, look forward with a flat spine, just holding on to the sides of your chair. And then on an exhale, step that right foot forward and the left back coming into your lunge, so keeping your spine nice and straight and tall, and bending into that front right knee just as much as it's comfortable to you. So a lot of times people might have a very small bend in their knee. It might be really deep, whatever feels good to you as far as your stance. That's why yoga is so great, because it truly is for everyone. And then on an exhale, bringing that foot forward into your forward fold, hanging very close to the chair this time, maybe even dropping your hands on the sides by the bars. Really breathing into your low back, keeping a slight bend in your knee if it feels good.
That's exactly what I'm
Me
doing.
too, I have to.
Because I have to.
You don't want to lock your knees out. This is probably really a good stretch for you, right, Mary?
Yes, this
Yeah,
feels
this is
really
where your tightness is.
right.
And then making sure you inhale, on an exhale, putting a nice bend in your knees. Coming back up to standing. Do you want to try that once more?
Oh, I felt good.
Yeah, it was really good. I could do that in a heartbeat.
Okay, we'll do it another time, right?
Okay,
And then I'll bring you back to seated, because we have about how many more minutes?
I got a handful of minutes. That's fine. We got
Okay.
we got till the top of the hour.
I don't have a whole lot of space over. Inhale your hands to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward over your chair, stepping those feet back and releasing your head in between your arms. This is modified downward facing dog.
I even feel this one behind
Yeah.
my knees, big time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then on an inhale, look forward with a flat spine. Really feeling your spine strengthen. On an exhale, step forward with that left foot, back with your right, coming into your runner's lunge.
This is the one you can feel too, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think this one feels really good.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, would you have ever known that a chair could help you this much?
No.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
No, you.
First time I did it, I was highly impressed. I was like, this feels amazing. And on an exhale, step to the front of your chair into your forward fold, so we're standing really close. Maybe your arms even draping down by the side. Taking 3 deep breaths. And then putting a nice bend in the knee, walking yourself back up to standing. And then inhaling your hands back to the sky. Exhaling, swan dive forward as I knock down the curtains. Stepping back with your feet, so you're draping your head in between your arms for your downward facing dog. I don't have all the Sanskrit versions memorized for the yoga poses, but this is Adho Mukha Savasana.
Wow.
So that's why I don't. Some people are like, what? And then inhale, look forward with that flat spine. Step your right foot through and your back left foot to your lunge. Really feeling a nice stretch. And on an exhale, step to the front of your chair, folding over into your forward fold. And bending at the knee, walking yourself back up to standing. And inhaling your shoulders up and away from your ears, bringing your arms by your side with your palms forward, spreading your fingers, and really closing your eyes, just feeling how it feels to stand here with your eyes closed, challenging your balance, really connecting with where your body actually is in space, focusing on your breath. You can engage your legs by lifting your kneecap, tilting your pelvis under, really bringing your navel to your spine, feeling strong. Letting go of tension in your shoulders. Connecting back to your breath. And then opening your eyes, How'd you feel?
Woo!
Really good.
Do you want to do a couple more chair poses? Or are we good?
It's up to you. We got about 3 minutes.
I heard your phone going off.
It's
See
totally
your
nuts.
question.
Yeah, we're good.
I love
That
that.
was awesome.
You know, and to
Seriously,
feel that
boy.
center,
You
center
so
of balance
totally
when
do.
you're standing, especially with your eyes closed, it makes me want to be barefooted to grab
So you
out
can
with my
feel it.
toes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. There's question after question after
That's
question.
that's what I was afraid of. Not. You
So-
know what? Can you see if I'm getting this right, Corey?
Yeah, in fact, Sanders, if you want to pop that camera right there, he's got her right
Do
there
I
on
need
the
my ears?
big one.
No,
You're great.
It was just on his.
Oh, okay.
We just want to make sure that what people are saying too, and I think let's put that back, pull that down right into your area.
perfect.
What people are saying is, you know, the visuals are great, but I think what we need to do is what we were talking about. People are like, do the class. Someone says, can we do a class session with you two there for Younger Life with Corey live, which would be at wherever you want, Life Care, one of the places. The other thing is, that's what people are saying. They're viewing what we're doing, but they want to do it along with us. So see, that's hard because we have you right in front of us. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know, right?
Yes.
That I have to be straight
Oh, I
out
feel
blunt.
so mellow.
It was
That's
like
nice.
really
Feels
incredible.
good.
I never thought that it would affect me.
Way
that
better
way.
than those DVDs.
Way
Remember?
better.
Yeah.
When we first connected,
First discussed yoga forever ago.
we did, and you know, Mary here connected me with these DVDs when I said it was kind of
I
boring.
have a large menagerie of workout videos and stuff, and I had tried some yoga ones that I thought would be nice, especially like a morning one or a relaxation one in the evening, and I found them to be so boring that
Well-
it was hard to engage.
Can I tell you? But here's the part of engaging. If your husband was standing next to you or Norma was standing next to me, but if you, what I liked was your instruction.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. The feel from a class, or
Yes.
you know, obviously the feel from the environment is way different than staring at it. It's
agree with
screen,
that.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because
it's
I
hard
was
to
trying,
connect
this
with
is
that.
what was happening. I would be, first off, when I'm able to close my eyes and just be my own
Yeah.
self or in my inner person, whatever you want to call it, the yoga stuff, I feel like it works a lot better for us. We've got about a minute left. Let's throw out your number and your emails, and then I'd like to
Email.
do a part 2 of this, but live.
I think that's a great idea. Even if we do a class in our little vestibule
Foyer,
area,
yeah.
I don't know why we couldn't, and see about putting the cameras in there and do a handful of people. We could definitely do.
Sure.
Yeah, I think
Would
that
you
would
be up
fun.
for that?
Yeah, I'm up for
Okay,
it.
great. I think
Yoga.
Go ahead, throw out your
I'm
numbers
all
and your
about-
email.
yeah, yoga is just, it's definitely made my life 100% better. So I
love
love to
that.
share the gift of yoga with
I
others. It's
thank
great.
you
love
so
it.
much for
Yeah.
coming today and sharing it with us.
You have been
it was,
awesome.
It's been great.
Thank you.
I want to throw out your email before
email.
we wrap it
It's
up, please.
CoreyPA21@yahoo.com. And it's Corey Padlow.
Thank you, Corey. Big round of
Thank you
applause
so
for
much,
Corey.
Corey.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Thank you.
On behalf of us all at Younger Life, hopefully you enjoyed today and you learned a little bit. I'm Rick Federici.
I'm Mary Anthony. Thanks, Corey.
Thank you.
AM 1420, WIMS, Michigan City, a Girard Media Company station.
CBS News. I'm Steve Kaith, and Donald Trump needs a lot more than just the 57 Republican delegates up for grabs in Indiana today to clinch the party's presidential nomination. But a win in a state seen as crucial for his opponents would send a strong message. And Trump campaign official Katrina Pearson knows it.
We're very confident that we're going to win Indiana tonight and win handily.
Ted Cruz supporters in the Hoosier state say it's not over yet.
I think it's going to be really tight. Hoping that Cruz comes out on top.
CBS's Major Garrett.
Trump made a strategic decision to come to northern Indiana because that is currently a Ted Cruz stronghold. And so what Trump wanted to do was try to break into that in his attempt to not only win the state of Indiana, but deprive Cruz of delegates in congressional districts he might hold.
CBS's Nancy Cordes is covering the Democratic battle between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.
Indiana votes today, but Clinton is busy trying to put out a fire in coal country. In West Virginia, she was met by protesters and confronted by an emotional former miner over her stance on coal.
Overseas, an ISIS attack in Iraq claimed the life of an American Navy SEAL. CBS's Holly Williams.
A Defense Department official says that this U.S. serviceman was a military military advisor to the Peshmerga. They're the Kurdish fighters who work very closely with the US-led coalition in northern Iraq.
And parts of that region are still under ISIS control. Now to Detroit, where many working parents had to scramble for a second morning in a row for childcare.
Another day off for 46,000 Detroit public school students. And they're not learning nothing. They're at home playing the game. A game teachers say is really a lockout. Detroit's emergency manager calling sickouts illegal.
These emergency managers haven't done the job.
The governor is calling for the legislature to come up with a $715 million fix. Others support the teachers.
If the governor don't go to work, and he ain't gonna go to work if he ain't getting paid. So, what's the deal?
Charlie Langton, CBS News, Detroit.
Also from Detroit, April auto sales information is out. Jeff Gilbert of WWJ Radio.
While April was another strong month for utility and pickup sales, there were some success stories among cars. Honda's new Civic off to a great start, as is a new Chevy Malibu. Their sales up double-digit over last year. That's been hurting Chrysler's 200 midsize car, seeing its sales down 60%.
In Mexico City, CBS's Adrian Bard says car traffic is down during a pollution alert that kicks auto limits into play.
People are carpooling, some are riding bikes to work, a lot more are taking the bus. I've seen a few go by here that are so packed, they can't even close the doors. One just went by with people literally hanging out the doors. That's how packed the buses are today.
The Dow is down 195. With 30 million radio listeners weekly, this is CBS News.
30-year fixed rates in the threes. Anybody who's followed mortgage rates knows that you don't let rates in the threes get away. This is Dan Smith for Private Plus Mortgage. Rates have dropped, and our customers have been locking in 30-year refis in the threes. But even better, in many cases,